out there. Welcome to the Life Stories podcast, a short chat sharing the tales of wonderful, extraordinary people. I'm life story writer Felicity Lenihan, and I believe everyone's story is important and should be told. Have a listen and see if there's anything in today's story that's similar to your experience. Hi, welcome Anne Vodicka to the Life Stories podcast. Thank you for being my guest.
Pleasure, Felicity. Thanks for inviting me.
Now, you've got a really interesting early childhood and sort of family background. Shall we start with that? Where are your
Sure. What
parents?
would you like to know?
Where are your family from?
Well, Mum was from New Zealand and Dad was from Austria, and they met in Melbourne.
Okay.
And together, they both of them came over from the countries from virtually they would say £5 in their pocket.
Yeah.
But basically started from scratch, and over the years Dad was a butcher. My mum was a stay-at-home mum, but also did party plan things like Tupperware and
Yeah.
those kind of things, and was very successful at it actually. But
Yeah.
together they formed this beautiful union and flipped houses. And so very early in the piece, I was exposed to color and design without really knowing what kind of how it would impact my life, but really enjoying watching my mum, because mum had the
You did the
design
interiors.
creativity.
Mm.
Um, the difference in the spaces, they would buy these really rundown homes and then make them into mini palaces, mini castles.
Wow. And
So
whereabouts was
yeah,
that?
it was incredibly, um, I found it really fascinating and exciting because
Yes.
the transformation from the ugly duckling to the swan was
Mm.
so dramatic. And
Mm.
it was just by them changing the spaces, changing the colors,
Mm.
knowing where to put color
Yeah.
so that you would create a certain aesthetic.
Yeah.
And they were highly successful.
And whereabouts was this? Where were they doing it?
In Melbourne.
In Melbourne?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so was that their way of sort of getting ahead, would you say, given that did they come over here to find opportunity?
Yes, they absolutely did.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Dad was being brought up in Austria. Things were pretty tough after the war. And he was 21 when he signed up and hopped on a ship and, the adventurer.
Yeah.
And I think Mum just wanted the same. She just wanted to a better, create a better life and they knew that Australia was the land of milk and honey and a land of opportunity.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So how many houses did they flip?
Oh my goodness, I never actually counted,
Mm.
but enough that they paid off their house in Elwood, which is a very desirable suburb now, but back then it was like kind of a poor area.
Yeah.
Um, they I think they paid the mortgage off within 4 years, which was
Wow.
unheard of because everybody was talking about 20-year loans and things like
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
And then, oh my, honestly, I don't know how many they flipped, but they ended up in a beautiful, beautiful home in Brighton and managed to send all of us girls, I've got two other sisters, to a private girls' school, which education to them was, it was the pathway to the future and they wanted the best for us. And so they worked hard to give us that, and I'm forever grateful.
Yeah. So your
Yeah.
family home was in Brighton? Is that or did you move between each of the houses?
Yeah, we moved. So we lived most of my early years in Elwood, and then oh my gosh, I think I was in my mid-teens.
Mm.
Yes, mid to late teens, we moved to Brighton Beach, actually. It was Brighton Beach.
Oh,
Yeah.
gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yes.
And was your
Yeah.
dad handy on the tools?
That's why they were such a good pair because
Yeah.
Mum had the vision and Dad was able to execute it. So
Yeah,
yes, he was
wonderful.
very handy on the tools.
Yes, yes, excellent. And can you remember any accidents or any funny things in that building process? Or did you get on the end of a paintbrush with your mum? Or
Oh, well, I look, actually, I don't think they had any accidents as such, which is really good because I can't remember Dad being sent off to hospital or anything like that.
yeah,
Maybe a splinter here or there, but
yep,
nothing dramatic.
yep.
Um, I remember one weekend, oh my goodness, not happy.
Mm,
Um, it was a property in Essendon, and it was a really, really large property. And when they first bought it, we were walking through it, and I nearly fell over because it was an aged care facility, but it was not a very good one. And there was just this smell of urine throughout the place. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to pass out.
yeah,
But sometimes we were put on the tools as well. Like
yeah.
they wanted to reuse some bricks,
Mm.
so we had to chip off the mortar and those sort of things. And that particular day, it was a Sunday, and I think we were meant to be there just in the morning and go home for lunch. But Dad said, "Oh, let's power on," as he did. Just keep going until it's finished.
Yeah.
And I said, like at about 2 o'clock, I said, Dad, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. And he said, Oh, look, I haven't got anything. And back in those days, like petrol stations and things like that weren't open
Mm,
on a Sunday. I think they were open on a Saturday until 12 and things like that. So he said, you go off and find something. So I found some random shop, don't ask me how, and all they had left was some slices of white bread
mm.
and a tomato. So they made us some tomato sandwiches, and that was it. But it's those kind of memories those sort of kind of values, that hard work and the determination and the tenacity that really it's been instilled in all of us actually.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yep.
Yeah, very, very, even at the time I thought, oh gosh, this is hard, but
Yeah,
now I look back and go, I understand why they were doing it. And
yeah,
it really gives you a sense of value of um what hard work can
yeah,
achieve.
yeah,
Not hard work to the bone though.
yeah,
They kind of were that era where you worked and you worked and worked until you fell over.
yeah,
That's I've learned that is not the case. I've been through a, mini kind of burnout, I guess you'd call it, especially being a solopreneur.
yeah,
Um, it's very easy to be wedded to the business and not allow anything else in and just say, I've got to keep pumping, 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 especially when that was something that was instilled in you.
yeah.
But you find out very, very quickly that that's
It doesn't work long
unsustainable.
term.
And
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It doesn't make you a happy camper either. And, you
yeah,
know, so you've got to have that lovely balance, I think.
yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. It is definitely hard to switch off, though. What do you do to switch off from business?
I love photography. So when actually an ex-partner of mine said to me, Anne, when you take photographs, time stands still for you.
Oh, what a
You
beautiful
could be
compliment.
taking, I guess so. Like I'll be spending half an hour on getting the right shot and I'll forget about where we're meant to be, kind of thing. So I also love live music,
Yeah,
sing live bands with girlfriends. I'm going to the movies tonight, which will be fun.
yeah,
What else great food. Oh, I love traveling. Actually, your auntie's, the webinar with your auntie,
mm,
that 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 really resonated with me. I just love travel, and I
yeah,
was lucky because I worked for Qantas for over 30 years,
yeah,
and I had great opportunities to travel then, and I still do now. I get this itch, this urge. I don't know about you, but
yeah.
like, can I pack the bag? Just give me my MasterCard and put me on a plane. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite place or a couple of favorite places?
Oh my goodness, there's so many because everything has something to offer. Like recently, I
Yeah.
was up in the Philippines
Mm,
for an image consultants conference, and it was in Manila. And I was kind of going, Manila, I'm not sure. It was never really on the radar. When I did fly with Qantas, we did go up there a couple of times, and it didn't kind of resonate.
mm,
But this time round, it was a whole different feeling, and I really enjoyed it. And the people there were so friendly.
yeah.
And I got to see some of the countryside, which I hadn't seen before, and it was really quite beautiful.
Mm,
Um, Yes. Where else did I love going? Oh, Morocco was incredible because it was an absolute assault on the senses. You
Mm.
just, it's something so far removed from what we have
Yeah.
that it blows your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love Italy. Oh, love Italy. The Italians that, that joie de vivre, like just live life, enjoy life. They really know how to do it well and they dress beautifully. I just could sit in a cafe
Okay.
for hours and people watch and go,
Yeah.
wow, look at that.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got that together. She understands her colors and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, oh gosh. After this, I'm gonna think, oh, why didn't I mention such and such? New Zealand's beautiful. We used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Across the ditch there to
Yeah.
see Nana.
Yeah.
And so we traveled around about oh, totally, I think, three times both. But
Yeah.
I've also been trekking there. And oh my goodness, if you want pristine air, the most beautiful countryside.
Mm.
Oh, the Milford track is amazing.
Yeah.
And the Rootburn and Kepler treks.
Yeah.
If you're fit enough, get fit for it. They're amazing too. Oh, and talking about trekking, the Inca Trail
Oh,
in
you've done
Peru.
that. Wow.
Oh, yes, I have. Probably couldn't
Yeah.
do it now. Probably cark it on the second day, which was going up dead warm pass. Oh my goodness, I knew I had a heart that day. Seriously, it felt like I was going to jump out of my chest. Yeah.
Oh, what an
Yes.
amazing
So I've had
experience.
amazing adventures. Very
Yeah.
blessed.
And so so you've continued to travel after you worked for Qantas. Did you stay in the travel industry or?
No, I actually tapped into the color and design side of things
Oh, your mum, way
because
back when.
way back when, right? So, when I felt like I had a beautiful working relationship with Qantas, they loved me, I loved them, and
Mm,
it was an amazing time. But during that time, I'm very much a learner. I
mm,
love to learn new things. So, um, I thought to myself, what would I like to do? What really, sparks my interest?
mm,
And interior styling was something that I thought, mum did it.
mm.
I know what she did was amazing, but what's the theory behind how
Yeah,
that all worked? Why did those things
work.
work? I
Yeah,
don't understand.
yeah.
So I did that course and then I started a few little um, residential projects and commercial projects on the side while I was still flying.
Mm,
And then I sort of thought I knew that my time at Qantas, I just felt the urge to change, to do something new. I've always been a helper, a people person, a connector, love, um, seeing how if I can share something, how it could possibly change
mm.
somebody's, well, not life, that sounds too dramatic, but how it can help
Impact
them
them. Yeah,
impact them in a positive way.
yeah.
So I thought to myself, all of this color stuff, all of this style stuff, I absolutely love it. But you know what? When I was a teenager and a very underconfident teenager, I've got to say,
Mm.
my mum took me to a color analysis party. Back in the day, it was called Color Me Beautiful back in the 80s. My
I
God, that
remember
makes
it.
me ancient. Yeah, right. And honestly, it did change my life in such a dramatic way. And at the time, I was working part-time at Portman's. So that tells you how long Portman's has been around.
Yeah,
And it was just a little, job to get a little bit of pocket money.
yeah,
And yeah, after I'd had my colors done, they gave me this swatch of fabrics.
yeah,
And my next paycheck, I spent all of my paycheck
yeah,
on clothes that were in those colors in Portman's.
yeah.
And honestly, from this underconfident teenager who had beautiful girlfriends, they were always tanned and gorgeous looking, and
Mm.
they would wear black because everyone was wearing black back then, and they would look amazing. And I think, okay, so I should be wearing black because they look so good in it. Well, talk about death warmed up. Um, so when I started to wear these different colors, I actually looked in the mirror one day and I remember thinking to myself, oh, that looks all right. I
Mm,
like that.
mm,
And it changed my whole way of being. I became not overnight. It wasn't overnight, but I just thought, do you know what? I'm okay. I'm not this ugly duckling. I'm not this person who, just because she hasn't got a boyfriend isn't okay. Do you
Mm.
know? Because they all had boyfriends and I didn't, and I felt terrible.
Mm.
You just want what everybody else has got at
Yeah,
that
I know.
stage, don't
Teenagehood
you?
is hard.
I know, and we're so influenced by our peers at that age, and so it was very party scene.
Yeah.
And I started to wear my colors, and the way that people related to me
Mm.
changed because I think
Wow.
I was relating to them differently.
With more
I was a lot
confidence.
more confident. I
Yeah.
wasn't so shy. Yeah, and
Mm.
I know this sounds egotistical, but I actually knew that I looked better than ever.
Yeah.
So before you knew it, I had a
Yeah.
boyfriend.
There we go. There's
And
the
I thought it was
point.
fantastic. I felt so excited. And really, just that one color session
Mm.
changed how I felt inside. It changed me the way I looked on the outside, but it
Yeah.
changed me on the inside.
Yeah.
So, so empowering. And
Yeah.
I thought, okay, I can change people's spaces with color and style.
Yeah.
And that's amazing too.
Yeah.
But I want to help people on a deeper level. I
Get
want to
that
help them as
feeling that you
individuals.
got. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I want them to have what I have.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that's
So that's what
why
you've been doing.
that's
Color.
what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your business
Yeah.
called?
Image confidence.
Image Confidence. Great,
Hoping that
great
everyone,
name. Yeah.
yeah, so they feel confident about their image.
And how does it work? Is it one-on-one, obviously? And yep.
Well, there are most of the time I see people one on one or one on two, three, or four small groups. I find
Yep.
that's a really great way to do it.
Yep.
I have done groups up to 20, and I'm about to do a group of 40 for a big uh, well, it's actually a building. It's like a center.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing 40 people,
You'll be busy.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
So en masse, I can reach a lot of people.
Yeah.
But often I see people one on one especially for style consultation. Like, yes, we know what our body shape is, but there's
Yeah.
so much more to just your body shape, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's, what fabrics suit me, what
Yep.
style, what should I be putting? Where should I be putting the volume? Where should I be making, something a little bit more tighter? So
Yeah.
that's principles of volume. Um, how big should my patterns be? What are the patterns that I like? Who am I? I mean,
Yeah.
this is the key. Who am I? Who is the essence of,
Yep.
say, Felicity? And
Yep.
how does she dress herself so that she feels authentic?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
she's really representing herself out there
Yeah.
as true Felicity. And
With confidence. Yeah.
yes, comfort and confidence and that education that we're never given at school,
Yeah.
ever. And
Yes.
unless you had a fashionista for a mother or an auntie,
Yeah.
what hope have you got? Because
Mm.
you're just sort of grappling around in the dark going,
Way
I
through.
think
Yeah.
that works. And then, so you'll maybe get a beautiful dress for an event or something, and people come up to you and go, oh, I love that color on you. So that's one of your colors. And you
Yeah.
go, well, from then on, you buy lots of that color. And then you
Yes.
think, kind of over the teal thing,
Everyone
you
gets over it. Yes.
know. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And how long have you been doing that?
Well, I uh, probably officially from 2017. That's when I left Qantas.
Yep. Yep.
So I studied in 2015
Yeah.
and then just did, had some practiced on friends and,
Yep.
and family and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, and began the business, set up the website. So I was ready to go,
Yeah.
and would be sort of walking rather than crawling when I left Qantas rather than starting from square one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since 2017. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you meet some interesting people, lots of different interesting people.
Look, fascinating. All walks of life with
Mm.
all different pain points and challenges
Yeah.
from, mum whose body shape has just changed and she's looking for very practical things, but wanting to do something for her because she's doing it for everyone else.
Yeah.
The executive who has never been confident about, you know, and also doesn't have a lot of time to buy clothes, and she wants, can we do this quickly,
Yeah.
efficiently,
Mm.
right through to like if you would name a certain demographic of, I especially work with women.
Yeah.
I'd say 90% of my
Yeah.
clientele are women,
Yeah.
but the 5% of men are normally the partners, the husbands, the sons of
The
women
wife
who
has gone, fix yourself up.
yes, and get that swatch, get that color swatch, so that when I want to buy you, a linen shirt for Christmas to put
Yeah.
under the tree,
Yeah.
I know exactly what color I'm buying
What
you,
works?
and it's going to be right.
Yes. Great.
But the men love
That's
it.
great. Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do. I know you'd think they'd be dragged in kicking and screaming, but they go, oh, this is fascinating, especially businessmen,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they want that. I want to make sure that I am presenting my best self so that my business, because let's face it, that they used to say it was 7 seconds to create the first impressions, but researchers told us that it's like a tenth of a second, a
Yeah.
tenth.
Yeah.
So we kind of like with when food comes, we eat with our eyes, don't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Before
Yep.
we've even tasted it, we kind of have a feeling of how we're going to feel about it.
Yeah.
And the same with, just walking, as soon as you walk out the door every day, you're telling people a story about
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
And the thing is, if you've got the tools and the knowledge,
Yep.
you can change, you can not manipulate in a bad way, but you can influence,
Yeah.
that's the word, influence people of how you want to be perceived. And I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I
Yeah.
think what a great story from it's a circular story where you started with your mum and being sort of bombarded with design and space, color, and how to present things to now doing that as a job that you love. I think that's fantastic.
Yes,
Many people
I
can
am.
say
I
that.
am
Yeah,
so lucky because honestly, every time I'm with clients, I'm happy.
yeah. Oh, that's
Like,
great.
and they're happy. So it's everybody's winning. It's like that. It's
Yeah,
a one of those loving kind of things to do.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Anne. I think that's a great point to finish on. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Very
Oh,
interesting. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to your life growing up, especially. And really fascinating to hear about your work and to hear your passion for it as well. Wonderful.
oh, thanks, Felicity. And you know what? It's very kind of you to allow me to share it because I know there are people out there that feel underconfident.
Yeah.
I felt it, so I understand it,
Yeah.
and it's good to know there's something you can do about it.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Exactly.
It's
Well,
very
thank
kind of
you.
you. I really appreciate it.
That's all right. Thank you very much for being on the Life Stories podcast. We hope you enjoyed our chat today. Was there something in it that resonated with your own life? If you found it interesting, this might very well mean your story is interesting too. Tell someone and record it because your story is important.